let's talk about helmets. Hey everyone, Dylan Schumacher, Citadel Defense. There's a bunch of cows over here, so if they start mooing, I apologize ahead of time. So we're going to talk about helmets, right? So we have our bump helmet and we have our ballistic helmet. Now, my ballistic helmet I've had for a long time. Mostly what I have run in training, in classes, in force-on-force miles gear classes. And I reached a point on my last one, like a year and a half ago or something, where I got sick of wearing this thing on a real force-on-force engagement. Because with a force-on-force, like miles gear, you have to put the halo on top of the helmet. And that weighs like an extra pound. And the helmet itself, mine at least, already weighs 5 pounds, you know, so with all the ears and the accoutrements. And then there's the night vision, and then there's the halo. And I just got sick of it. You know, it just was not comfortable because I was just carrying all that weight on my head. And so I said, you know, well, enough. If only for training, I need a bump helmet, right? I need something that's going to help mitigate that weight disaster and so I don't break my neck and damage my spine. So I went and got a bump helmet. Now I initially bought some cheap Amazon helmet and I had issues because I couldn't get the balance right. That was probably likely just because I did not have a correct counterweight. This one I've spent a lot of time with counterweighting and I've finally worked it out, and I think I'm pretty solid. But philosophically speaking, why would you want a bump helmet, right? Like what, as an everyday American Minuteman guy, what's the point? And I think for a long time that was the thing for me. I always thought, well, hey, if I'm gonna bother to put a helmet on, I might as well just put a real helmet on, right? Like, so it has some actual ballistic protection for shrapnel and, you know, bullets and whatever. Like, why wouldn't I just wear a real helmet if I'm gonna bother to put something on my head? Why would I wear a boonie? Why would I wear anything else? And I thought about that, and the more I thought about it, the more to me there seems to be a place for a bump helmet. Now look, if you can only have one, yeah, it should probably be a ballistic helmet, right? Because the advantages there are just, you know, it stops more things. But I think there is a place for a bump helmet. One, I mean, just having a helmet when things are getting weird is always good to protect your head a little bit more than just a boonie hat, right? And the advantage of a bump helmet is that it's still a helmet, right? So it still protects you from flying debris or bashing your head into the vehicle in a car accident or, you know, whatever. Like, it's still gonna, if you're doing any mountaineering or climbing, it's still gonna protect your head, right, from falling rocks or anything like that. So there's just a lot of advantages to just having a simple helmet that protects your head. The other advantage is that it is a it is a night vision platform, right? So I could mount my night vision. Now, for me, I would probably take my counterweight off most of the time, and then I would only slap this on when I'm gonna put night vision on it, right? Because otherwise it's balanced now to pull back, right? So that it counterbalances out the night vision. So most of the time during the day or whatever, I would probably just take this off and put it in my pack. And then at night when I'm gonna put the night vision on, I would bother to put the counterweight on. That's probably how I would run my bump helmet. But the nice thing about having some extra head protection is that, again, it's a weight savings. I'm gonna cut a lot of weight off the ballistic helmet. Right now, again, counterweight's on here, so this does weigh more. But when there's no counterweight on here, we're talking like a pound and a half. I don't remember, but it's light, okay? And that is really nice to be able to still have some protection, but with a very small weight penalty, right? Versus the ballistic helmet, which is just gonna have a weight penalty because, you know, it's thicker, it's designed to stop bullets, etc., etc. So I think the other thing, of course, you can still mount your ears and whatever on here, right? So I'm a big fan of, philosophically, having a bump helmet. I think there's a place for it. Again, if you can only have one, yeah, you know, probably ballistic is the preferred. That being said, you know, if you can have more than one, I think there's a really good place for a bump. And the philosophy of, hey, still some protection, still a night vision platform, and it's not going to cost you near as much in weight. Like if I was traveling throughout the country and I was going to bring my weapons package with me, right? I would probably bring my chest rig, my rifle, my nods, and a bump helmet, right? Why? Because the chances that I'm actually going to have to put all that on is very, very low. And so why tote the extra weight when I don't have to, right? But then I can still have it, so I can still have the capability if I so needed. So I'm a fan of the bump helmet. Again, philosophically, I think there's a place for it. Some of you probably only run a bump helmet, right? Because it's a lot cheaper, and I understand, that makes total sense to me, and I get it. I get it. So if you've been on Team Bump for a long time, I'm here to repent and join the ranks. If you're not on Team Bump, think about it, because I think there might be a good use case for the bump helmet, specifically for the American Minuteman, you and me. Do brave deeds and endure.